So Apple finally came out with their first steps to their big transition to their new silicon, and they're calling it the M1. I was able to get my hands on the new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip, and I would like to dive into how it would affect you as a photographer or filmmaker. It seems like Apple has been gathering what they learned over the years and applying it to the Mac. Intel has been known to be a little too slow on delivering a reliable chipset or reliable processors in time. And meanwhile, Apple has been crushing it in the performance space with the new M1 chip. It has 8 total cores with the Retina display, with an additional 16-core neural engine, along with, they say, 20 hours of movie playback. I haven't been able to get 20 hours because, of course, I don't watch movies for that long, but I primarily use it as a photo editor or a video editor in this case. But I will say that battery in here lasts forever. It's one of the best batteries I've ever had in a laptop. It also has 8 gigs of RAM. I got the 13-inch MacBook Pro because of the fan to keep it cool. Based on my usage, I edit 4K videos, I edit photos, and I just really want to push every amount of power I can out of this new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. For the past 10 years, I've been working on my 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina, which came out in 2011. So for the past 9 years, I've been working on that. And I noticed throughout the years that it started to kind of show its age. So that's why I decided to move to the M1 chip. I'm sure Apple will be coming out with additional Macs with the M1, or even the M1X that's rumored, including a 15-inch MacBook Pro with the M1, possibly redesigned. So if you would like to wait, you can. You probably should. If you're in need of a larger display, you should wait. For me, I have decided to go with the 13-inch model due to the simplicity and versatility. I've been traveling a lot, so the 15-inch MacBook Pro is noticeably larger, and this is definitely noticeably slimmer and easier to travel with. The one or maybe 2 limitations I could think of would be RAM and ports. Both are a limitation due to the actual M1 chip that's inside. In regard to the RAM, the new MacBook Pro can only go up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Keep in mind that with the new M1, it actually shares that RAM for the CPU and GPU. So there's 2 components versus one taking advantage of that RAM. So if you're one that does a lot at the same time, you like to burn a lot at the same time, have multiple apps open, do a lot of video editing, you might want to wait for the new MacBook Pro to come out with the new chip that would be able to handle more RAM and more bus IOs. That being said, the new MacBook Pro is almost perfect in any way. It's super fast. I've been playing around in Lightroom and Final Cut Pro, both of which I would be going over with the M1 chip. So here we are opening up Adobe Lightroom. It opens up fairly quickly. I'm going to go ahead and edit this image. I'm going to start with my exposure. I usually go from top to bottom. My contrast, let's bring that a little bit lower so the colors are more even. Let's bring my highlights down so the sky isn't so bright. Take my shadows down as well. I also like to bring down my whites and blacks. As far as the temperature, this is kind of more red stones, so I'm going to go ahead and make it warmer. I don't really like changing my tint too much, but I do like bringing up the vibrance quite a bit and not too much on the saturation. As far as the texture goes, not too much on this particular photo, but we can see how fast the M1 chip processes what I'm doing in the moment. Alright, let's bring the hazing down a little bit, not too much in the first place, and then I also like to do a black vignette on the ends. Alright, that's how fast the M1 chip works for us. Thanks for watching. Bye.